Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're in Sims 4 again doing another video, but today I felt like doing another build one and then do it off a house just based off a different country because I did the Greek video and I was like, oh, I actually really enjoyed doing that, so I decided to do a Spanish one today. Sorry if it's not fully accurate to an actual Spanish home, but I just kind of go on Google and look up different styles of these homes and kind of just create one from there. So I found this house online and then was like, no, I'm going to do this one because it's not too big. The ones I was seeing online were quite big and so I was like, I'm just going to do a tiny home. It's not a tiny home, it originally was, but then I ended up doing quite a big kitchen, and so I had to change it and add an extra room so I could fit the bedroom because the living room was too much of a weird shape to subdivide it into a living room and a bedroom. So I just added an extra room just from what I'm building now and go from there. But this is a pretty basic build because there's nothing too extra about it. Like with the Greek home, I actually ended up doing different kind of layout to the house, where obviously I did the kitchen and dining room upstairs and then did the bedroom and living room downstairs. It's like a weird layout and the entrance is on the upstairs. Yeah. If you've seen it, you understand. But yeah, but this one, it's pretty ordinary house. Just kind of stuck with like the color theme of like a Spanish home, which is the orange roof, either white walls or this like tan wall color. I ended up going for the tan wall color because obviously I've done the white build, so I was like, I'm just gonna do a different shade, different colors. And then I ended up using quite rounded window. I found with a lot of the Spanish homes I was looking at, a lot of them had a lot of rounded archways and windows. A lot of them also had just like quite big just like windows, but like the Sims didn't have any rounded windows that didn't have any like wood paneling in the middle of them. So I ended up using these. I originally wanted them to just be like just straight glass, but you went with what you got, so that's why I ended up using those. And then obviously had this little courtyard area. I don't really do a lot of courtyard areas in my builds, so I really enjoy when I do other countries' builds. I can do a courtyard and stuff out front just because it's fun for me. I probably should add them in my builds, but I just don't. My normal style actually doesn't really have them, so it is what it is. But obviously you walk into a rounded kind of entrance way, which I actually really liked. And then I saw with Spanish homes, a lot of them had wood paneling on the ceiling, and so I recreated that in the kitchen and dining room area. It was just to create that effect. It doesn't actually matter to the build really because you don't see it, but I felt like I was going to try and get this pretty accurate, not accurate, but what I was looking at online, accurate. So I'm not going to say it's accurate because obviously I haven't been to Spain, so I can't judge how homes actually look there, just what I can see on Google. So, but yeah, I ended up going for this wooden kitchen. I found a lot of them were wooden style and this kind of colour. I don't really like the colour scheme I went for. I kind of regret it. I went for a very beige design. I kind of wish I brought a bit more whites into the build, but it's too late now, but it is what it is. Yeah, so this is just what I went for. You'll see what I mean by beige, but there's barely any colour in this build. And I don't really do beige builds, so it was it took me out of my comfort zone, which is always good. But yeah, pretty big kitchen, and then obviously me working out the layout. This is when I realised that I'm not going to be able to fit it, so I obviously add the extra bedroom and just go from there. Stick with the same roof and stuff. But I think it was actually good to have the extra room at the back, just because it made the back of the house a bit more boring. Because I always kind of don't bother with the back of the house, because when I'm like, a lot of my builds I look online and like base it off the houses like that, but you only really see the front of the house. Like this build only saw the front of the house. I didn't know what the back looked like, so obviously just kind of, you just have to kind of improvise, and so I end up just leaving it like a flat wall, and it's really boring. But this time, obviously, because we've got that extra room there, it just makes it a bit more exciting. So yeah, yeah, I don't know why I'm ranting about this. So the original plan for the living room was I was going to have 2 chairs facing each other, and then 2 smaller chairs off a house I found when I was looking at Spanish builds. And the Dream Home Decorator couch was perfect for what I was basing it off of, but then it was just too big for the lounge itself, and the lounge is actually really big, so it was really annoying. So I ended up just taking that out and just changing where the 2 seaters go. One seats go, and then kind of went from there. So it's the same kind of similar design, like the rug that was in the picture that I based off of is the exact same rug. So you know, I'm pretty proud of that. And then I obviously just had an extra bit of room, so I added a desk and computer. I don't really know if that's very typical of them having a computer in the living room. They probably have a separate room, but just space wise, because it wasn't a huge house, I decided to have it there. And then I just added a sideboard and some plants just to add a bit more stuff to the room, so it's not just a boring old couch and seat. I ended up using a lot of chandeliers in this build because I wanted an orangey light, and those were perfect. So that was, I found with the homes that were they weren't white lights, they were more orangey light, so that's why I went for that. And then I added obviously the bathroom in this room because I didn't really know where else to put it. So yeah, one thing I was quite annoyed about is I wanted like a really Spanishy chair, but the table ended up picking. Like none of the swatches matched it, and I was so annoyed. So I ended up going for these just basic brown chairs. I was really annoyed because I really wanted to use that table, and then obviously I had to have chairs that matched, and they didn't go with the theme. But it's fine. But just so you know, that like those weren't the chairs I wanted. But I probably should have picked a different table, but it's too late now. So the bedroom just has a pretty basic bed. Don't really know if it's Spanish, but I just wanted to use that bed. Had just a dresser and a mirror in the corner. But the bedrooms you can't really change very much about, so it's pretty bog standard bedroom. Nothing too exciting about that. And then I ended up using a lot of industrial kit for that one, so I don't really think that's Spanish, but but it just ended up being the bedroom that I chose. Obviously I got the rug for that kit and then the bed, so yeah, obviously painting the walls beige, like I said, pretty basic colour scheme, beige brown house. I do fix the wood. Obviously, if you were sitting there like, can you make that wood actually attach to the walls? I did, so don't worry. But yeah, just adding final kind of decorations to the house. For some reason I forgot to put a bloody sink in this build. Luckily I remembered right at the end, but yeah, just adding a little bit. For some reason I always tend to like build the kitchen and then just like but don't like finish it, and then I have to come back and rebuild it, and I don't know why I do it, but I always do. Not rebuild it, I just add the finishing touches to it. But the bathroom isn't very exciting. It's just a normal bathroom. There's nothing really you can do about that to make it any more exciting. So just to let you know, I ended up adding a lot of plants because I didn't really know what to do with the space. Ended up using again, for some reason I used a lot of industrial kit in this. I don't know why. It just for some reason for me went with the theme, so that's why I went for it. There's a wooden floor as well because it's quite, I didn't really know what flooring. I was going to use tile, but I felt like just doing a bit of wood just to make it a little less like run down. I didn't want the house to look run down, and I thought if I added tile it would make it look a little bit like that, so obviously went for the wooden floor. Yeah, the bathroom's so basic. It was a weird shape. I just needed it. I was like, I don't really care about this bathroom, so I'm gonna just add random stuff. Yeah, but I just got the final touches now, adding the plants and stuff. I end up adding a door to this bedroom and then having a pool out the back, because I felt like adding a pool. I don't really add pools in my builds anymore, so it was good to have a pool for once. But I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon with another video.